Hello, and are welcome to Masapi Fashion World. Today we are going to learn how to cut a peplum blouse. And the type of peplum blouse we are going to learn is princess cut. The princess cut is the straight peplum blouse we are going to learn. We have different type of peplum blouse. We have the one that carry join as play, and then the one that is straight. The one we are going to learn here is straight peplum blouse, and the bust cut is going to be princess down. So the measurement you need for this are your shoulder, your length, your shoulder to bust, your shoulder to under bust, your bust measurement, then the front bust. The front bust is from here, one end here to another end here. So this is to help you to ease your work when you are sewing. Then you measure the back from this end to this end here. That is what under bust I wrote front bust and back bust. The total bust you write it, the front one you write it, the back one you write it. Then your rounder under bust. Your rounder under bust is here after the breast cup. The next one is your rounder under bust. Then you come to your sleeve. You measure your sleeve length, then you go to the roundness of the sleeve, which is the top round. So that is the measurement you need for peplum blouse. We have two different colors here. I'm using two colors so that you can be able to see what I'm doing and know the difference very well. So we have the white at the front, and then the blue, the sky blue, as our back part of the cloth. The difference here is 1.5 inch, and this 1.5 inch is the zip allowance. So we are going to start our sketching. Now the first thing you have to do is to mark up here 1/2 inch. You measure 1/2 inch and mark from one end to the other. You draw the line like this. This 1/2 inch is what you are going to sew on the shoulder. So the next thing, after measuring your half length, so your 1/2 inch as our start point, now you have to measure your breast point, which I told you, your breast point, shoulder to breast point. You have to measure this now. You have to measure this shoulder to breast point. Now you measure it, you mark. Now you go to shoulder to under bust. You measure it here. Shoulder to under bust, you measure it. Then now you go to, after this you mark 3. After your shoulder to under bust, you mark 3. This 3 is constant for anybody. You don't change it for anything, for any reason. It's constant as far as you are sewing a straight cut peplum blouse. So after this, you have to measure your blouse length. You have to measure your blouse length. This is your blouse length. You add, after you add a 1/2 inch to sew from down, or you add 1 inch, depend on the one you be comfortable with when sewing. So you do the same thing this side. As you are marking it this side, you will join the both lines together. You join the both of them together straight with a ruler. Use it to draw it straight like this, as I'm doing. Then the length, you also join the length line together. So you are now through with the first part. So as you can see, this is our bust line, our under bust line, our rounder bust line, our length line. So after marking that, you will be needing your nipple to nipple measurement. So it's advisable you measure the person. It's advisable you measure the person from nipple to nipple, so that you won't make error. But if you can get the person nipple to nipple without measuring it, you can go on. So assuming your nipple to nipple is 4 and is 8, you divide your 8 into 2. because we are folding this cloth now into two. So you mark your 4, you mark your 4, you mark it. So you now mark your 4 inch, you measure your 4 inch, you mark, you measure it, you mark, you measure it, you mark, so that you'll be able to have a straight line. You now join the lines together. So this part from here now is known as our center bust. This is the part that we carry the princess dart. So this is our center bust. Now the next thing we have to do is from this part, that is the rounder bust, which is 3, and the 3 here, 3 inches here is constant. So as I told you, this region here is constant, which is 3 inches. It is constant. So this region here is our 3 inches, which is constant. Now after you joining all the straight lines, you now measure 1 inch. You now measure 1 inch from this side. Now this line going to the front part of it, you measure 1 inch. So this other side, you are going to measure 1.5. You are going to measure 1.5 this side, 1 inch this side. As you can see, these are 1 inch, these are 1.5. So we will join these two to this angle here. You bring your 1 inch straight and join it to this angle here. Okay, we are through with the first part of it. Now this is the down part of the cloth, the down part of it, and this is the upper part of the cloth. So after that, the next thing you have to do is you have to join this. Okay, before we go to there, let us measure our shoulder. You have to measure your shoulder, then divide it into 2. Your shoulder, you divide it into 2. You mark your shoulder and you add 1 inch. This is your shoulder, you add 1 inch to it. So from here, this line now, it will go and join with your shoulder. You are going to use a roller, but before you join it with your shoulder, you must first of all bring it to this breast point. Let it join here. So you draw it like this. From here, join it, and then bring it like this. So this second one, what you are going to do to it is this one too. The first it will still come here like this. As you see, you still join this other side too. Just need to follow the video carefully and be watching it so that you can understand what I'm doing. So you have now joined this first part. Now we'll go to the second part, which you will measure 3 inches. 3 inches. 3 inches. This is the middle part of the cloth. This is a sample of a peplum blouse. This one is the center bust, which we have cut here. This is the center bust, which is here. Then this one we are doing, which is 3 inches, like this. Look at it here. Is the second one that will follow the center bust and carry the breast cup. Now we are going to mark the third one, which will be the side vent. Which will be the side vent that will carry the sewing allowance. So let us continue. After marking this, you are to measure 4.5 or 5 inches. Remember, what you are measuring here is the wider you take these places, the wider you open it, the more full the peplum will be. Guys, if you take it to this end here and you bring this point here, this one come here. That is how wide it is going to be. So after marking your 4 inches, your 5 inches, sorry, 5 inches I've said. Now this 5 inches, you mark the middle of 5 divided by 2 is 2.5. You mark the middle of it, then measure from here, which is your from your nipple to nipple point line to this line. You measure it, which is 9. So you have to bring this 9 down here. You have to bring this 9 down here, so that your peplum, this angle will not be more than this angle. If I just imagine and bring it out here, this side is going to be short. So you have to measure this point, bring it down, so that you have an equal angle with this. So you still join it like this, and join this part like this. So now this is now your peplum area where the flay will come out. So now we are done with the down part of it. Let's go to the upper part of the sketching. So the upper part of the sketching, you mark your 6 inch up. You mark your 6 inch up. Then the next thing you have to do is you are going to curve this. This is a freehand sketching. This is a freehand sketching, so you don't have to use ruler. You know the shape of the breast, normal breast cutting. So you have to use your free hand, then shape the bust and the breast cup. This thing I mark here is what is helping me. As you can see, this shape come like this, reaching here, it still move out a bit. It's not going like this. So why I did not mark it like this, but rather I mark it like this, is after sewing the cloth, this place it will lap here. But if you take it straight, after sewing, this place will move out here, will puff out. So that is why I'm shaping it up, so that as it comes, it will lap immediately and the breast formation end, and then lap up to the shoulder part. So you are through with this. So this second one too is a freehand sketching. It's a freehand sketching. So you take it like this, you bend it, you bend it. So this one too, you follow this. So if here now is 3 inches. Coming up here, we don't use the 3 inches. Sorry, the 5 inches we use here. Don't use it. Make it wider up here, like this. So this is now our peplum sketching. So the next thing is for us to cut it out. In cutting it, the first thing you have to do is to cut on the length line. So you are through with the length line. Before we cut, please make sure you mark this line on your back part of pieces of the cloth, so that when you are shaping it, you won't reduce the inches, or just have the 1.5 inch you use as allowance at the back of your mind. So in cutting it, you start from the down part of it, the front and the back, you cut it together like this. You cut it to the rounder bust line. You cut it to the rounder bust line, then you take it up to the under bust line. You stop. You cut the front and the back to this point, you stop. You go to the next point, you cut it to that same point, you stop. Look at it, both front and back. Then you come to this second one, you cut it same to that point and you stop. You do this to the next angle as well. you cut it to this point and you stop. Why you are stopping at this point is, if I end up shaping the front and the back together, I will end up having the same, I will end up having cup at the front and cup at the back. So this point, you are going to remove your pin, separate your front from your back. Remove your pin, separate your front from your back. Already you have the guideline here at the back. So you carry your front, you cut it. You cut the princess dart line. So we are through with cutting the front and the middle part of it, which is our center bust. So now we go to our breast, the one that carry breast cup on it. You cut it out on that line like this. You follow your sketching and cut it out. So as you can see, my breast point, my breast cup, I mean, rather, is not pointing, but it's curved, and the curve is not pointing out. It's just curving slant, and the curve is slant curve. You're not going to cut it so that it will point out. If you point it, you end up having the edge of the mouth of the breast formation at this point here to be pointing. You have cut the second part. Now we'll cut the third part of it, as we have sketched out. So this is it. But our cloth is shapeless now. It's shapeless. We just cut it out. We don't know the shape of the cloth. So after this, we are going to cut out the shape. Now we are to cut out our back. To cut out our back, you measure this from here to here. You mark it up here so that you have a straight line. You measure down here. You also mark it up here. Then you measure here as well. Then you mark it up here. You measure here down. You mark it up here. Then you use your ruler to draw a straight line joining where you started cutting and the marked area. As you can see, so this is it. Now this point, we are going to cut it. We are going to cut it straight as we have drawn. The back is usually straight. I'm going to cut it straight like this. That is the one that carries zip allowance. The second one is the middle one. This third one is the side vent. Some people call this blouse 6 pieces blouse because it has 6 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we are done with the first cutting. Now the next thing is to get the shape of the cloth. So to get the shape of the cloth, you carry the side vent, sorry, the middle one, you place it together, let it lap with 1/2 inch, which you will use as your sewing allowance. You pin it. Then you do same thing to this other side. You pin it as well. So you have now lapped the back part of it like this. It's lapping with 1/2 inch, which you will use to join them together. So now this second one, you drop it on this line. That is why I say you should take note of this line. You drop it on this line, then pin it. You start your pinning from here. Then you drop the second one as well on it. You pin it. You lap this very well, half inch from here down up here. You lap it very well so that after sewing, after marking, it will affect your sewing allowance. You now carry the last part, which is the side vent, place it on it. Make sure these lines they join together. Place it on it, and then you mark, you pin it together. So from here now, you are going to measure your bust. So you lap it with half inch. Lapping it. You have finished lapping it. So you see your breast cup formation. You can see it here. The breast cup formation. So this is it. Now you measure your shoulder from here. Start your shoulder measurement from here. Add your sewing allowance and mark it. So from here now, you measure your armhole length. Mark it. Now shape your shoulder. So it's either you use pin. This is too stiff because it's paper. It's either when it's cloth, it will be more soft for you to use pin, or you join this part together as you see me pinning them like this. Then from here, this line now, you measure your bust, you mark, you add your sewing allowance. You come to the under bust, you measure your under bust, and you add your sewing allowance. So you measure your under bust, you mark it, and you add your sewing allowance. So now you shape it and bring this part out. You bring this part out. So bringing it out, you are not going to leave this one like this. You will curve the down part of it. So this is for the side. Now we go to the neck. You measure your neck from here, you mark it, and then measure the length, the depth of it. You mark it, and then you curve it. Then you measure the back neck to where you want it to get as well. You mark. So this side, what you are going to do to this zip allowance is from this 1.5, you remove, you divide the 1.5 into 2, mark. Then from this under bust, which I told you is 3, so you mark it, use a ruler, bring it out like this. Then you start shaping it like this. Why you reduce this part out is it serves as that, and it makes the back of the cloth to balance. So you do shape it like this, you mark your neck, and you cut. So in cutting, you cut off this place together. You slant it as it is. Then your shoulder, you cut it as you can see me doing. Yes. Now you shape the down part of it. You cut this shape part out, and then where you mark your neck, this dot will mark it for our neck. That's where you shape it to the neck you want. If you want V neck at the back or any type of neck, then you shape it like this. So this is now your back, and then your front. You join it, you join this to this, this to this, this to this, this to this, turning it the other side. So you now have this. This is the middle, the two side, and the side that carry sewing allowance. Let's go to the front, sorry, to the back, and see how it look like. This is it. Opening it, you have this like this. Okay, so now here is your back and your front peplum. This is the middle, the one that carry breast cut, as you can see. Then the side vent. After joining it, you have this edges pointing out, and that's why it's called a peplum dress. As you can see, this is it.